Hi everyone, it's me, Michael Howe of Michael Howe Arts. Today I'm going to be showing a time-lapse process of me working on this D&D party that I collaborated with some people on Instagram. The story on it was I was part of an art group for a little while, and we were like, hey, we should do a D&D party. So while we weren't actually playing D&D together, we took some basic stats and got the character descriptions or the character equipment written up, and then each of us took it and drew it in our own style and our own thoughts without seeing what the other people were doing. So that's my take on it, and today you'll get to see the time lapse of me working on it, as well as some of my ramblings while I was working on it. I was trying to record a voiceover to describe some of my thoughts about it. So enjoy. Alright, so on this stage, what I was doing was laying in all the characters, basically, very roughly, just drawing them, but then after I drew what I thought they should look like, making sure to stick them in with the other characters so that they all matched up well for the final image. Since the point of it was to draw a party, drew the party together. With Peony, the creator mentioned that she's an acrobat and she wears acrobatic clothing, so I tried to make sure I looked up reference of acrobatic clothing, and I noticed there's lots of frilly and body type combined, where it's like sometimes it's loose and lots of flowy stuff, especially in the arms, and not much on the legs. So I tried to copy at least some of that. And then the interesting thing about with reference is that I knew I wanted to try to capture some of a flowy kind of artistic element to her, but she wears leather armor, and I wasn't sure how to incorporate that. And then as I was looking at reference, there was this one set of leather armor where it's asymmetrical, so it's like this piece on her breastplate where it's on one side, and I felt that matched just some of what I saw on some acrobatic clothing or gym clothing where it's like an asymmetric design, like you'll see it in the Olympics, or like the Olympics for both gymnastics and like figure skating. Yeah, they're really pretty, but they're really asymmetrical. There's like designs on the one side of the chest that loops around, and that when I was looking at reference of leather armor, I saw one which did that, but it was armor. I'm like, okay, cool. That would help sell a little bit of that showman characteristic of her. It was interesting, like, all the characters, other than mine, were designed and they all had the stat leather armor, but they're from totally different classes. So it was kind of a fun and interesting design challenge to take, light leather armor and modify that to fit the completely different elements of the person. So, we have an elf druid, a half-orc cleric, and a halfling rogue, all of which have a piece of equipment which is the same super basic description, so you want to make up something that looks different for each of them. So for Ember the druid, I tried to make it look, elvish and flowing and very natural, and of course fit her body. And then for Rue the cleric, actually halfway through I forgot he was a cleric and was thinking almost like paladin. I mean, in one sense they're very similar in elements. So I wanted more of like the tough built-up armor, which which people can actually do with leather armor. So it's not like I had to make it look all flat and two-dimensional. So I found pictures of very solid leather armor with like the big pauldrons and everything, and went with that. And then actually partway through I realized, oh wait, he's a cleric, so I wanted him to look a little more religious, so I actually removed some of the armor. It's funny how there's different elements that you can enjoy about pieces. Like this one was fun. It was fun to worry about just the designs and not have to think about what's the scene, what are they doing, because I don't even know. It's not like they're from a game, so there's no scene or story to illustrate. So I really liked getting to just do their designs and not worry about the story for this piece, and just do a head-on shot. It was relaxing, especially since I had a ton of things, and this was a for fun piece. It was good to be able to not have to think too hard about everything about it. It's funny because when I was thinking of the showmanship, I was also trying to balance out that she's a rogue and has like sneaky thief stuff. So I didn't want to make it so it's like, yeah, I'm going to be like super brightly colored and tell everyone I'm here because that would kind of give away. But it's funny because she has pink hair, so she might be giving herself away anyway. Thing about time lapses, especially with the Procreate time lapses, I love Procreate's time lapse feature. It's really cool to see other people's stuff come together and my own. I do notice a tendency that when I see other people's, it's like, oh, look how fast it goes. And it's like, that's amazing that they can do that so fast. And then I do mine, and it's like, oh, look, it comes out really fast. And so it can be helpful for a confidence boost if you feel like other people are faster than you, to when you see your own sped up to the same amount as theirs. But don't get discouraged by look how fast they do it. One, every artist is different. And two, it's like, yeah, this video, if I wanted to, could look like this whole picture takes about 2 minutes. But in reality, I've been working on it at least, 6 hours. I think it's probably even longer than that, but just pulling up the quick little stat that says on this picture, it said 4 hours, and that's different. That's not counting the refining the designs on different canvases. So yeah, at least 6 hours. So it looks all nice and fast. And that's cool, but don't let it trick you into thinking that that's actually how fast you or these artists have to do it. It's like, no, take your time, do it well, and have fun. And then it'll look good at the end. So actually, in that respect, if you only have 30 seconds to watch something, it's cool to see a picture come together. And you can even get elements of like, oh, that's how they did that. And you can see elements come together maybe in a way you wouldn't, with long tutorials, you can almost forget like how it started and how it ended just because it's, you see things in front of you. And that's useful. But it's cool with the Procreate, to see the beginning and end very quickly together. That can help you piece together. But in many senses, I actually prefer like YouTube or longer format videos where it's slow and you see them as they work. Because I've seen some people where they work super slow. Like I'll do this line and that little bit of color. And you realize, yeah, this takes time. It's not they whip this out in 1 minute. So there you go. There's the finished piece. I hope you enjoyed seeing the process. I personally really liked the peony, the little halfling rogue, how she came out, and I liked the ghost effect I got. The ghost effect I got on the elf. And my character, little snow leopard, I definitely like his phoenix effect. I like elements of the half orc, but I feel like some of the coloring wasn't great. But overall, I think it turned out well, especially for the collaborative thing that we were doing. All right, so that's my video. I'm planning to make more, and if you enjoyed this, come back soon. Thanks.